Hello champion, welcome to my math class. Today I'm going to solve Igcse May-June 2025 variant 2-1. So it's non-calculator paper. So it has formulas, different formulas, and we're going to question number one. Question number one, simplify. So this comes from the unit of algebra. So this is algebra math, and we're going to simplify here by collecting like terms. So here we'll collecting like terms. So 7c plus c minus 5d plus 3d. So 7c plus c is 8c minus 5d plus 3d is minus 2d. So 8c minus 2d. And then we are told to simplify. You can open bracket. It's what's common between the two, or you can leave it in that way. You can as well leave it in that way, or you can open the bracket by saying maybe you say this can be 2 into 4c minus d, and you get your answer. So you can write 8c minus 2d or the simplified version. You still mean the same thing. Question number 2, it comes from the unit of geometry, and here we're learning about angles properties. So we have parallel lines, and we say parallel lines, we have different properties. We have either angles that are being formed by lines when they meet. When we have angles meeting at a point, we have corresponding angles, we have angles in a straight line. So therefore, we have this angle 158 degrees, and then we have an angle here. An angle here will be 180. Angles in a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 158 degrees is 22 degrees. So you get here as 22 degrees. And then you have 158, and this one also will be 158 because they are vertically opposite angles, and this one is 22 degrees. Okay. Then after getting this one, we have to think of an angle here. This is 76. The angle here is also straight line. So this is 76 vertically opposite angle, and then 180 degrees minus 76. What do we get? We get as so we have 104 104 degrees. So you get 104 degrees. So this is 104 degrees, and then 76. And then we can think of alternating angles. So this angle, an alternating angle, is an angle that is formed within the parallel lines. So you have, if this is parallel and this one is and this one is parallel, and then you have you have something like that. So that means if you have this angle, an angle here, an angle A, and this angle here, it will be angle A. So vertically opposite angle. This is alternating angles, an alternating angle. So we have an alternating angles within the parallel line. So we have this line that is parallel, and we have also this line that is parallel. And then if you have something like this, so you say an angle formed within the parallel line. So we have so we can say this angle here, if that's angle A, will alternate to angle here, angle A here. So an angle here alternate to an angle here. So we say they are called alternating angles. So in that case, angle 76 is equal to x, which is 76 degrees. So you have here as 76 degrees. So angle x is equal to 76 degrees because it alternates to an angle here, which is 76 degrees. And then if this is 76 degrees, this is 22 degrees, what will be angle y? Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, you say 180 degrees minus the sum of 76 plus 22. So 180 degrees minus 76 plus 22 will be 98. So what do you get? In that case, you get 82 degrees. So angle y is equal to 82 degrees. So then we are left with one angle. So if this is 82 degrees, and we know that this is vertically opposite angle, so this is also 82 degrees. So we have two angles here. So we have an angle here. We have an angle here, 82. We see an angle here, this Z. You form a Z within the parallel lines. So we have an angle there, and then it goes boom. You form a Z, then to this side. So you see we have an angle Z, if you follow this, you have this and this. So in that case, we form an alternating angle. So this 22 is also 22 to that. So we have 22. So 22, 82, 76, and 22. So if this is 22, what will be this angle here? Obviously, you get this one, this angle 158 correspond to W. So you can see this W is 158 degrees. So we have angle W as 158 degrees, and then we have angle X as 76 degrees because it corresponds to angle 76. It alternate to angle X, which is 76 degrees, alternate to angle 76, and then we have 158 degrees, which correspond to angle W here. So it's also 158 degrees, and then we have angle Y, which is equal to, so if we come to angle Y, which is equal to 82 degrees. So if you go back to the question of 82 degrees, why we got 82 degrees? Because angle X plus angle Y plus angle 22 should be equal to 180 degrees, and angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Next question, question number 3. Question number 3, so we can answer there in our empty space. If you're supposed to answer, we say angle X, angle W, 158 degrees, angle X, 76 degrees, and angle Y, 82 degrees. You get your 4 marks. And then we go to question number 3. Sally invests 1,500 at 3% per year simple interest. So this is simple interest. We know for simple interest formula, it's principal times rate times time divided by 100. This is the formula. Work out the total value of her investment at the end of 6 years. The total value of her investment. So that means they are looking for amount. And we know an amount is equal to principal plus interest. So the first thing we get interest. When you get interest, interest is principal times rate times time divided by 100. So principal is the money invested or borrowed. So Sally invested $1,500 times the rate is 3% per annum, 3 out of 100, then times 3% per year, simple interest. So 3% per year, and then the time is 6 years divided by 100. Correct. Then so we calculate that 0, 0, 0, 0. So you cancel 1,500 divided by 100, you get 15. So 15 times 3 times 6. So we have 15 times 18. So what's 15 times 18? So 15 times 18, 8 times 5 is 40. Then this is 120. That's 5, 1, and then you get 0, 7, 2. So you end up getting 207. Therefore, we say amount is equal to principal plus interest. The principal is $1,500 plus 270. You end up getting our answer as $1,770. And you get your answer there, $1,770. That is answer. Question number 4. Work out. This comes from the unit of fraction, and it involves board mass. This is very simple, board mass, like order of operation. So here we'll start with bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So we'll start with multiplication. That's the first. So we take 2 out of 3 times 3 out of 8. Divide 3 here, 1, 3 there, 1, and then 2 here, 1, here, 4. So you get 1 out of 4. Then 5 out of 6 minus 1 out of 4. So this you are subtracting fractions from with different denominators, denominator of 6 and 4. So find common multiple. If you don't know about finding the LCM, you can as well multiply. You can just multiply as simple as it is, so that it's easier for you to be able to know. So 6 times 4, you can multiply that and get 24. And then take 4 multiplied by 5. You just take 4 multiplied by that. 5, what do you get? 5 times 4 minus, and then 6 and 1. 6 times 1. Then what do you get? 5 times 4 is 20 minus 6 over 24. Then you end up getting 14 out of 24. Then simplify. Simplify by 2 by 2. What do you get? You get 7 out of 12. Then your answer will be 7 out of 12. this is the answer. Correct. Next question number 5. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 150. So here you're talking about now polygons. Here you're talking about polygons. We say polygons are flat surfaces, all flat surfaces whereby number of n is greater than, should be greater than 4. Solid that have number of sides, we say shapes that have sides that are equal to 4, they are called quadrilaterals. But polygons, they have polygons, their sides is greater than 4. And the first polygon we'll talk about is pentagon. So find the number of sides of this polygon. It's easy. So we know the interior angle of a polygon, the formula. The interior angle of a polygon, its formula is very simple. We say n minus 2 times 180 degrees divided by number of side is equal to 1 interior angle. Therefore, n minus 2, the interior angle of a regular polygon is 150 degrees. So 150 degrees is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degrees divided by the number of sides. So find the number of sides of this polygon. In that case, now you say 150n is equal to n times 2 times 180 degrees. Then you say 150n is equal to 180 times n is 180n, 180 times 2 is 360 degrees. Therefore, you go back. So the 360 the other side and 150 the other side. So you say 360 degrees is 180n minus 150n. Then 360 degrees is equal to 30n. Then divide by 30, n is 12. So number of side is equal to 12 sides. We go to question number 6. So here we're talking about we have a line. Then this is mostly when you see a line, a straight line in a Cartesian plane, that is coordinate, unit of coordinate geometry. Whereby it's talking about straight line. So the line x plus y is equal to 7 is drawn on the grid. On the grid, draw the line y is equal to 2x plus 1. So it's very simple. Just find the values of x and the values of y, draw a table. So we have when x is 0, when x is 1, when x is 2. Get things like those ones so that it's easier. So when x is 0, so you say when 2, so you get y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 1, y is equal to 1. So that's y is equal to 1. When x is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. When x, so you get 2 times 1 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's it. And then when x is 2, that means 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So plot. So we have 0, 0, 1. So we have 0, 1 point. And then you have at x, so we have when x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 3. When x is 1, y is 3. And when x is 2, y is 5. When x is 2, y is 5. Then you draw a straight line. That one, you draw a straight line like that one. And then you say, use the graph to solve the simultaneous equation x plus y is equal to 7 and y is equal to 2x plus 1. So where these two lines, so here you look at the point of intersection, where the two lines meet. That's the point. So you look at where the two lines meet here. So where the point, where the lines, the two lines meet, that's what you're talking about. So we have this point where the line meet. So if you go down, you get that. So the value of x is 2. The value of x is 2, and then the value of y is 5. You get 1 mark. And then write the recurring decimal 0.2 as a fraction. Give your answer in simplest form. So changing this recurring decimal, so you see this is we call it an irrational fraction. So you say an irrational number. This is an irrational number. 0.26 means this 6 is the only digit being repeated. So say one rational is equal to 0.2666666 continuous. That's Roman 1. So if you want to convert it, multiply by 10, you get 10r is equal to 2.66666 being repeated. Then multiply again by 10, you get 100R is equal to 26.66666 being repeated, and then you end up getting the 3 dots. Therefore, the change now, because the idea is to get decimal on your on the decimal part, to get 0 on the decimal part. The idea is to cancel 0 on the decimal part. Therefore, so you take Roman 3 minus Roman 2. So you say 100R point is equal to 26.66666 being repeated, continuous, Roman 3 minus 10R, which is equal to 2.666666. So when you subtract these two, you get 90R is equal to 26 minus 2 is 24. Then the rest will be 0, 0, 0. Then make R the subject. So 90R is equal to 24. Divide by 90, divide by 90. So R is 24 over 90. Then divide by 2, divide by 2. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. And then 90 divided by 2 is 45. Then divide by 3, divide by 3. What do you do in that case? 12 divided by 3 is 4. 45 divided by 3 is 15. So your answer will be 4 out of 15 as the fraction. Correct. Question number 8. Find. So you have vector 11. You have vector 11, 5, and n 8, -3. Find 2m minus n. So 2 times 11, 5 minus 8, -3. You input there scalar vectors, you multiply. So this is topic of vectors. You multiply, so that 2 times 11, 22, 2 times 5, 10, and then minus 8, -3. X and x, 22 minus 8. So you just say 22 minus 8, x and x, then 10 minus 3. So what do you get? 22 minus 8 is 14, and then 10 minus 3 is 13. So the answer is 14, 13. So 14, 13, that's the vector. Vector 14, 13. The vector 5 root y has a magnitude of 7. Find the value of y. Magnitude means distance or the length. The length is distance or the length of a vector, or size of a vector. So the magnitude of a vector, so 5 root y magnitude will be equal, will be same as x squared plus y squared. Then find the square root. Correct. Square root of x squared plus y squared. So what's the square root? X squared, 5 squared, plus root y squared, and then find the square root. So 5 squared is 25 plus y. Then you find the square root, and then it should be equal to 7, which is the magnitude. Now, to get rid of the square root, because 7 is equal to 25 plus y, and then square root. To get rid of this square, you square both sides. You square both sides, so you get 49 is equal to 25 plus y. So make y the subject. To say y is equal to 49 minus 25, because this will go the other side, it becomes minus. So what do you get? 49 minus 25. 9 minus 5 is 4. Then you get 2. So y is equal to 24. Correct. Question number 9. The table shows some information about the marks scored by a group of students in a test. The mean mark is 6. So the mean mark is 6, and then work out the value of n. So we've been told the mean mark is 6. It's very simple. So we know the mean is always the total of marks divided by the total frequency. Total marks divided by the total frequency. Work out the value of n. So what you do, the table shows some information about the marks scored by a group of students in a test. So we have we have 2 students who scored 4 marks. We have 4 students who scored 5 marks, and we have n students who scored 8. So to get their total, we just say 2 times 4 plus 4 times 5 plus n times 8, then divide by total. The total, what's the total? It is 2, total frequency 2 plus 4 plus n should be equal to the mean mark. That's it. Algebra being applied there. Then what do you get? 2 times 4 is 8 plus 20 plus 8n, because 8 times n is 8n, should be divisible by 6 plus n, which is equal to 6. Correct. Then the next thing is when you add 8 plus 20, you get 28 plus 8n divided by 6 plus n is equal to 6. Then cross multiply. If you cross multiply, you get 28 plus 8n is equal to 6 into 6 plus n. Then when you do this, 28 plus 8n is equal to 36 plus 6n. Then what do you do in that case? 28 plus 8n is equal to 36 plus 6n. Then you collect like terms. 36 goes the other side, and then 8n, or 28 goes the other side. 28 goes the other side, and then 6n comes this side. So 8n minus 6n is equal to 36 minus 28. So you get 8n minus 6n is 2n. 2n is equal to 36 minus 28 is 8. So divide by 2, n is equal to 4. So n is equal to 4. Correct. And then we go to Circle theorem. This is called the unit of Circle theorem. Here we're being asked to solve questions in Circle theorem, property of lines. So here we say A, B, and C are the 3 points on a circle, center O. DE is a tangent to the circle at A. Angle ACO is equal to 35 degrees, and angle BCO is equal to 40 degrees. Find angle AOC, angle ABC, find angle ABC, and then find angle DSC, and then find angle OAB. So what I always instruct or remind students is to remember different laws of circle theorem. So we have a tangent. A tangent and radius meet at 90 degrees. That's rule number 1. Another thing, this AO is equal to OC. They are both radius. So that's also very important to know. If they are both radius, this is 35 degrees. These two, because they make an AOC is an isosceles triangle. So if this is an isosceles triangle, these two sides are equal and two base angles are equal, 35, 35. If it's 35, 35, 35 plus 35 is 70. So 180 minus 70 is 110. So the angle at the center here is 110 degrees. Correct. And we go to the law. An angle subtended by the same chord AC at the center is twice an angle subtended by the same chord at the circumference. So chord AC subtend angle AOC at the center, which is twice an angle subtended by the same chord AC at the circumference. So we have angle ABC. So therefore, to get angle ABC is equal to angle AOC is equal to angle AOC divided by 2. Correct. Is equal to angle AOC divided by 2. Therefore, angle AOC is 110 divided by 2, which is 55 degrees. So therefore, this angle here will be equal to 55 degrees. So we have an angle here which is 55 degrees. So if you get this 55 degrees, then we need to get, we know angle OAD is 90. So if this is 35, what will be, if this is 35, what will be the remaining angle? So obviously it will be 90 minus 35. What do we get? We get 55 degrees. Therefore, this is 55 degrees. The other one is obviously 90. So in other words, we have angle 55, we have angle in total. So we have triangle ACB. All the angles should add up to 180 degrees. We have this one as 55, we have this one as 75 in total. So we take 180 degrees minus 75 plus 55 plus 35, so that we can get this small angle here. What do we get in that case? So 180 degrees minus 75 plus 55 is 0 there, 8, 130 plus 35. So 5, 6, 165. So when you get 165, what is the angle here? The angle here will be 180 minus 165, which is 15. So this angle here will be 15. Correct. So if this is 15, remember this angle here will be 90 minus 15, which is 75 degrees. Now we go to the question, to our question, which angle? They say angle A or C. So it's the angle at the center. Angle A or C is 110 degrees. We just write as simple as it is. And then angle ABC, we go to angle ABC. As simple as it is, 55. So you just write. Just a matter of writing after getting correct, 55 degrees. Angle DSC, angle DSC, we go to the question. Angle D, angle DAC, 55, this angle here, 55 degrees. Then you also get 55 degrees. And then we have angle OAB. Angle OAB, we got 15 degrees. Go on top there. Angle AOB. This angle here, angle AAO, angle OAB. So it means angle OAB. You get it as 15 degrees. Correct. That's what you do. And you get it as 15 degrees, as we have written here, 15 degrees. Correct. And then we go to the next question. Question 11, say the diagram shows the graph of y is equal to f of x and the point p negative 2, 11. So we have this point, and then this is a parabola. We have point p. Then so they say the tangent from p touches the graph of y f of x. Y is equal to f of x at the point AB. The value of a and b are integers. By drawing this tangent, find the value of a and the value of b. So they say by drawing this tangent, so we need to draw a tangent that touches, a tangent is a straight line. So we need to draw a straight line from this point. Yeah, so this is our tangent. Yeah, that's touched. That's a tangent. And then we have drawn our tangent, and then we go to the next, so we go and they say, by the tangent from P touches the graph of y f of x at the point AB. The value of a and b are integers. By drawing this tangent, find the value of a and the value of b. This is simple. So the value of a and the value of b. Point AB, value of x, so we choose one point. So I'll say maybe the point is, let's say this one. We say this one. This is the point. So we have this is the point AB. So therefore, the value of a is 1. The value of a is 1, and then let's see the scale. And the value of x. So here, we have x and y. So the value of x is 1, and then let's read the scale, because we know how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 represent 5. 10 small boxes represent 5. What about one small box? What will be one small box represent? So 5 divided by 10 is what's 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. So 1 is 0.5. So to get 2, you have, let's say, count 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0.5 times 4, you get 2. So we get so our x is 1 and y is our x is 1 and y is 2. So our a was x and y is b. So 1, 2. That's good. So that's the answer. This is what you do, and then we go to the value. We write a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. As that, you get your 2 marks. One for drawing the tangent, another one is for interpreting it on the graph. Find the equation of the tangent, give your answer in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So find the equation of the tangent. So equation of the tangent is the equation of a straight line. This is the same as finding the equation of a straight line. How do you find the equation of a straight line? So equation of a straight line is always in the form y is equal to mx plus c, whereby the m is the gradient. So we need to get the gradient. So we have, we can as well take one. We have it pass through, our line passes through this point. It passes through point 0.5 as our y-intercept. So we have this point 0.5 and we have point 1, 2. So we can use to find the gradient. Therefore, gradient, which is the change of y, we say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2, you can call this as x1, y1, and then x2, y2. So y2 is 2 minus 5 over, so 2 minus 5 over 1 minus 0. What's 2 minus 5 is minus 3 and minus 1, which is negative 3. Therefore, y is equal to negative 3x plus c. And then, after getting this, say y is equal to negative 3x plus c, and then we use now to find the equation of the tangent, give your answer in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So y is equal to negative 3x plus c as the gradient. And then after getting this, now you know it's passing at the y-intercept. Where is the y-intercept is 5. So there's no need of putting, there is one which you need to say. If I need to find the value of c-intercept, I'll use this point 0.5. So I can as well say when x is, when y is 5, my x is 0. So what is the c? So you obviously be like 0 plus c is equal to 5, then c is 5. So, or the other way, you just know at y-intercept, value of y is 5. So the y-intercept is 5, which is c. So you just say y is equal to negative 3x plus 5. And you get your answer. Y is equal to negative 3x plus 5. Okay, in this question number 12, the time spent on the internet by each of 120 adults is recorded for 1 day. So this is the topic of statistics. This was very easy exam, and we're talking about cumulative frequency. So here we're talking about cumulative frequency. So here it's mostly about cumulative frequency. So you have 120. So we have 120 cumulative frequency. So, and then we go to the question. What does the question say? So use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the interquartile range. So what we need to understand, interquartile range IQR is equal to the difference between Q3 minus Q1, the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. But it comes from the cumulative frequency, whereby the cumulative frequency is 120. So we have 120. Therefore, Q3 is 3/4 n position of the data to know where the Q3 will be. So 3/4 times 120. What do we get here? We get 90. 90th position will be our Q3. 90th position. So we need position will be our Q3. 90th position will be our Q3. So we go to 98th position. So reading the scale. So we understand that, for example, from here, so up to here, it will be how many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. So means box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is 10. This is 90. This is where 90 is. And we draw a straight line to the cumulative curve. So we have a frequency curve there. And then we draw a line there and then find an estimate, proper estimate down. We draw a very straight line down to know exactly what will be our Q3. Yes, so we draw correct. So this is where our Q3 is. So this is our Q3. So reading the scale, here 2 represent. So 2, we have how many boxes? 10 boxes. 10 small boxes represent 2. What about with 1? 1 will represent 2 over 10, which is 0.2. So you count how many boxes we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 0.2 is 1.6. So 4 plus 1.6 is 5.6. So our Q3 is 5.6. So it will take 5.6 hours, because they say time in hours. So use the cumulative frequency down to find an estimate of the interquartile range. So we have 5.6 hours. And then we get the lower quartile will be a quarter of 120, which is 30th position. A quarter of 120 will be on 30. So go to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just knowing the scale, draw a straight line to the cumulative frequency and then draw it down. What do you get? You get so each box is 4.2. So we get 4, because this is, so you get 4.2. So therefore, so this is Q1, you get 4.2 for Q1. Therefore, we go to the question, interquartile range, the difference. So interquartile range is equal to the difference between Q3 and Q1. Our Q3 from the estimate is 5.6 hours minus 4.2 hours. What do we get? 5.6 minus 4.2, you get 1.4 hours. Yeah, so you get 1.4 hours. That's the correct answer. So you just use an estimate and you get your answer. Then say, question B, it says 70% of the adults spent less than K hours on the internet. Use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the value of K. So 70% of the adults spent less than K hours on the internet. 70% of the adults, 7% of 120. So this is what we're supposed to do. So it's just say 70 of 100 over 100 times 120. 0, 0, 0, you get 84. So we go to 84, 74, we go to the cumulative frequency and find an estimate. So we say 84. So we have 80, each is 2 here. So we have 82, 84. Draw a line to the cumulative frequency. So it's here. So what does the question say? The question says 70% of the adults spent less than K hours on the internet. So 70% of the adults spent less than K hours on the internet. Use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the value of K. So what we need to understand, we go to 84. After showing 84, obviously because it's 2 marks, if you just show 84, this is like you get one bonus mark. Then the next thing that we're supposed to do after finding this, we use now the cumulative frequency to estimate. Here, we'll come back to around here. So you see, if you find an estimate, you see it's like how many boxes we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. Therefore, 7 times 0.2. The scale is 7 times 0.2. So we have 7 times 0.2. You get 1.4 plus 4. You get your answers 5.4 hours. Yeah. So the K is 5.4 hours. Correct. Then you go to question number 13. Question number 13 says the diagram shows a solid. So this is mensuration, topic of mensuration. So here we're talking about mensuration, volume and surface areas of 3D shapes. So we have here a hemisphere together with a cone, and then we have a cylinder. And then say the diagram shows solid A and solid B. Solid A is made from hemisphere and a cone, each with radius 6 cm. The cone has sloping edge 10 cm. Solid B is a cylinder with radius 4 cm and height h cm. The total surface area of solid A is equal to the total surface area of solid B. Work out the value of the height. So the total surface area of solid A is equal to the total surface area of solid B. Work out the value of the height. We can go back to the formula of finding a hemisphere. We know a sphere, we know a formula for a sphere. It is 4 pi r squared. That's for sphere, finding the area. But a hemisphere will be 2 pi r squared to find its surface area. Therefore, if you do that, that means 2 pi times radius square, which is 6 square. What do we get? 2 pi times radius square 36 times 2 is 72 pi. And then you find the area of the cone. The area of the cone. So the cone pi RL, which is the pi times the r, which is 6, times the length, which is 10. So it's 60 pi. Our answer, remember, it will be so 72 pi plus 60 pi, it will be 132 pi square centimeter for solid A. Then they say the surface area of the cone is equal to the surface area of the cylinder. So the surface area of the cylinder is simple. So what do you do? Because we need to the surface area of the cylinder, it has two cones which are similar. So we need to do this. Now we say it's 2 pi r squared plus pi dh. So 2 pi times the radius, which is, so the radius is 4, so we get 4 centimeter times 4 centimeter. Then plus pi times diameter, which is 8 centimeter, times the height we don't know. So this is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 2, it is 32 pi plus 8 pi, and then height. So this is what we have, then is equated to the area of 132 pi. Correct. Now, this 132, that's 32 pi. So we take this the other side, collect like terms, we remain with 8 pi height. You equate area of the cylinder equate to the area of the hemisphere. So 8 pi is equal to 8 pi height is equal to 132 pi minus 32 pi. And then you get 8 pi height is equal to 100 pi. Then divide by 8 pi, divide by 8 pi to get height. Height is 100 pi divided by 8 pi. The height is equal to 100 divided by 8. 100 divided by 8, 4 here is 2, 4 here is 25. So the height is 25 divided by 2. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. Correct. You get your answer as that. You score all 5 marks. Then work out the height of solid A. In that case, it means you are forming a right angle triangle. You have this as hypotenuse, and then you have this as the base, and then they want the height. Correct. So 6 and 10. And we go down. So we have this and this. So we have 6, and then this is 10 centimeter, and then 6 centimeter. And then now they need the height. Work out the height of solid A. So you use Pythagoras theorem. This is A, this is B, this is C. So we say C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. But now we need the height, which is the B. B squared is equal to C squared minus A squared. This is the formula that we're going with. So B squared is equal to C squared. What's C squared? 10 squared minus 6 squared. Then we say B squared is equal to 100 minus 36. So B squared is equal to 100 minus 36 is equal to 64. Then find square root. Square root. B is 8. Therefore, you get 8 centimeter. Correct. Then we go to function. This topic is called function. One of the most important topic in math. Functions. F of x, fx is equal to 3x minus 4. G of x is equal to 4x plus 1. So f2, input negative 2 into the function f of x. So f of x is equal to 3x minus 4. So if you input 2, 3 times negative 2 minus 4, what do you get? Negative 6 minus 4, which is equal to negative 4. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. So you get correct answer as that. You just input. Then this one, you are asked to find, this is the inverse of function f of x. So what's f of x? Say f of x is equal to 3x minus 4. 3x minus 4. Correct. So make the change it to f of x as y. They say 3x minus 4. Then swap variables. swap variables. Where there is x, put y, and where there is y, put x. So you say, in other words, you say x is equal to 3y minus 4. Make y the subject. To make y the subject, you take negative 4 the other side, and y remains. So you say, in other words, you say now x plus 4 is equal to 3y. Then 3y is equal to x plus 4. Divide both sides by 3, divide by 3. Y is equal to x plus 4 divided by 3. In other words, now f inverse will be x plus 4 divided by 3. That's fine. You get your 2 marks. Now, fg of x is equal to x plus b. Find the value of a and the value of b. This is easy. Fg of x, what does it mean? This means composite. This is called composite function. Composite function. This is composite function. If fg of x is composite function, what does it mean? It means apply g of x into function f. So what do we have as g of x on top? G of x is equal to 4x plus 1. So we have g of x is equal to 4x plus 1. And then we have f of x as 3x minus 4. Correct. Now we have g of x as 4x. We have g of x as 4x plus 1. And then we have to apply, we have to use it as the output of g of x as 4x plus 1. We have to apply it as input in the function of x. Therefore, so f of x is equal to 3x. So 3 into 4x plus 1 minus 4. That's fine. So 3 times that, you get 12x. And then 3 times 1 is 3 minus 4. What do you get? 12x plus 3 minus 4 is minus 1. 12x minus 1. This is what we have gotten. Now, this they say 12x minus 1 is equal to ax plus b. So the coefficient, remember, it's the coefficient of ax and b. So what will be the value of a? The value of a will be 12, and the value of b will be negative 1. And you get your marks as that. Then we go to simplify. 2 over f of x minus 5 of x is normally a long question. Maybe it can be a 3 marks question. So what you do, you just say 2 out of the function f of x, which is, we know the f of x is 3x minus 4. So 3x minus 4, and then minus 5 divided by, what's g of x? G of x on top there, g of x is, we go to the g of x, 4x plus 1. So g of x is equal to 4x plus 1. Correct. Now, after having this, what are we supposed to do? You just give your answer as a single fraction, to make things as a single fraction. So you do normal, like find common denominator. So because we don't have to make them big, just put bracket as you're expanding. Then whatever you have here, multiply there as it is. And then whatever you have here, multiply here. Cross multiply. So when you divide this, you 4x plus 1. So 2 into 4x plus 1. And then minus 5 into 3x minus 4. That means you're making a single. Then open bracket. 2 times 4x is 8x plus 2 minus 15x. Negative 5 times 3x is negative 15. Negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. Correct. Then collect like terms on the numerator without thinking on denominator, or you can as well, so that we are not separate in understanding. You say 3x minus 4 and then 4x plus 1 without expanding, because the idea, if you expand, you'll end up with a quadratic, which will make it more complicated. So then collect like terms here on the numerator, 8x minus 15x plus 2 plus 20. So you end up over 3x minus 4, 4x plus 1. So 8x minus 15x is minus 7x, then plus 22 over 3x minus 4, then 4x plus 1 Yeah, so if you get that, now you can arrange it. So you can put it as negative 7x plus 22 over 3x minus 4 and 4x plus 1. This is the answer. Or you can say you start with positive number 22 minus 7x over 3x minus 4 in bracket multiplied by 4x plus 1 as your denominator. This is also an answer. Correct, you get your marks there. Question number 15, expand and simplify. So we are going to expand. So here it's the topic of SAD. Wow, SAD. So here we're talking about SADs. SADs are the square root of numbers that are not square. So here we're going to expand. We're going to expand here, removing, in other words, remove bracket, applying the law of algebra. So 2 times 1, it is 2. 2 times root 3 is minus 6 root 5, because 2 times 3 is 6. So you just multiply coefficient. And then we go back to negative 5 times 1 is minus root 5. Negative root 5 times, so we have negative root 5 times negative root 3, 5. So negative 5, so root 5 times root 5, negative times negative is positive. So negative 1 times negative 3 is 3. And then root 5 times root 5 is 5. So times 5 you get 15. So you get plus 15. Then our answer here will be 2 minus 6 root 5 minus 1 root 5 is minus 7 root 5 plus 15. Then our answer will be 2 plus 15 minus 7 root 5. Our answer will be 17 minus 7 root 5. Correct. This is how we solve things. So 17 minus 7. So our answer here will be 17 minus 7 root 5. And you get your answer. We go to rationalize. Rationalize, it means removing the square root sign from the denominator. As simple as it is. So we have 6 over root 10 times root 10 times root 10. Root 10 on the denominator, root 10 on the numerator. When you do that, then here, root 10 times root 10 times root 10 is 10. And then 6 root 10 on the numerator. What you get, it will be 6 root 10 divided by 10. And then simplify. Open by 2. 2 into there will be 3 root 10. Then divide by, and then 2 here, it's 5. Therefore, 2 cancel 2. What do you get? You get 3 root 10 divided by 5. This becomes our answer. 3 root 10 divided by 5. And then we go to expand and simplify. So here you can do 2 at a time. Like you start with this 2 first, then later on you multiply with the other one. So x times x, you get x squared. And then x times that, negative 3, you get plus negative 3x. Then 4 times x, you get plus 4x. Then 4 times negative 3, you get minus 12. When you collect this, is x squared minus 3x plus 4x is plus x minus 12. Then whatever you get here times 3x plus 2. Then 3x times that, you get 3x cubed. Then plus 3x times x is, you get 3x squared. Then 3x times that, you get minus 36x. Then plus 2 times that, you get 2x squared. Plus 2 times x is plus 2x. Then times minus 2 times negative 12 is minus 24. Then what do? In other words, you say 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x squared minus 36x plus 2x minus 24. Then what do you do in that case? We say 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 36x plus 2x is minus 34x minus 24. Therefore, you get 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 34x minus 24 as your final answer. So you'll write your answer there, 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 34x minus 24. You get your answer as that. You get 3 marks. Then you go to the next question. Say a bag contains, so this is, whenever you see a bag with replacement, this is called probability. Probability is the number of chance divided by the total. You say probability of an event A is equal to no of chance divided by total outcome. That's it. So a bag contains 6 red marbles, 3 green marbles, and 1 blue marble. 2 marbles are picked at random from the bag with replacement. Find the probability that both marbles are green. So probability of an event we know. So total outcome first. What is the total outcome? Total outcome is 6 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 10. The number of chances is 10. Then we know, so what's the probability of picking a green marble? So find the probability that both marbles are green. So 2 marbles are picked at random from the bag with replacement. So if it's with replacement, that means the total is not affected. Total not affected, because here you are picking one and then returning to the bag. You're picking one, then returning to the bag. Assume this is your bag. This is your bag, and you have some marbles there. So you pick one and return one. So you will not affect the total. The total will still be 10. You still have 10 marbles. So the first one, you pick green, 3 out of 10, and 3 out of 10. So it's picking green and green, you multiply. Picking green and green, you multiply. So 3 times 3, you get 9 out of 100. So the probability of event happening at the same time with replacement, it will be 9 out of 100. And then another bag contains 4 red counters and 2 yellow counters. 2 counters are picked at random from this bag without replacement. Now, without replacement, another bag contains 4 red counters and 2 yellow counters. Complete the tree diagram. So the first counter, we go to the probability. So without replacement means the total is being affected. So 4 out of 6, and then we go to 2 out of 6. That's the first pick. Then the second pick, it's 3 out of 5. So if the red, so here we assume that the red was picked 3 out of 5, but yellow will still remain the same. Yellow will be 2 out of 5. Then if yellow has been picked, because we assume that the total was from the bag, there were 3 yellow. If you go back on top, there were how many yellows? We say there were okay, so we had 2 yellow. We had 2 yellow, and another bag contained 4 red counters. So if you go back here, so we assume that yellow was the one picked. Therefore, it will be 1 out of 5, and the red was not picked, so it will be 4 out of 5. So, and then that's how you feel. So we have 2 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 1 out of 5. That's how we fill probability. And then probability diagram. And then you say find the probability. It's a tree diagram you display like that. And then you say find the probability that one of the 2 counters is yellow. So probability that we go back to the our outcome diagram. So we can write here outcome. A little bit up. Yeah. So we write outcome. What is our outcome? Find the probability that one of the 2 counters is yellow. So yellow, and then we have yellow, red, yellow, red, and then we have red, yellow, and then we have red, red. So the outcome they say find the probability. Go down. So they say find the probability that one of the 2 counters is yellow. Probability that one of the 2 counters is yellow. Oh, so one of the 2 counters is yellow. So we have yellow, and then we go up. one of the two counters is yellow. So we have yellow red or red yellow or yeah, so we have these two. It is either yellow red or red yellow. So those two probability is the one that we are going to do. So we do up. So what's the probability of red yellow? So it's either red yellow or yellow red. Find the probability that one of the two counters is yellow, not yellow. So you do this one, red yellow. What's red yellow happening at the same time? So we go to red yellow, up, red yellow. So it is 4 out of 6 times 2 out of 5, 4 out of 6 plus yellow red, 2 out of 6 times 4 out of 5, 2 out of 6. So here when you do that, 2 here 1, here 3, so it's 4 out of 15 plus 2 here 1, here 3, so 4 out of 15. When you do this, what do we get? It will be 8 out of, when you add, you get 8 out of 15. So our answer will be 8 out of 15. Yeah, so equivalent will be 16 out of 30. So this or equivalent, you can say 16 out of 30. So we are correct. Then we go to question number 18. One day, Anya runs 12 kilometers at a speed of x kilometer per hour. The next day, she walks 10 kilometers at a speed of x minus 4 kilometers per hour. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time she spent running. So one day, Anya runs 12 kilometers. So distance, it is 12 kilometers for running. Runs at a speed is x kilometer per hour. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time she spent running. The next day she walks. So they want time. So we know speed is equal to distance divided by time. But if you want time is the same as distance divided by speed. So distance is 12 kilometer divided by the speed, which is x kilometer per hour. So the answer will be 12 over x. Good hours. 12 over x hours. You get 1 mark. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time she spent walking. Distance is 10 kilometer and speed is x minus 4 kilometer per hour. So we know time is distance divided by speed. Distance is 10 kilometer. Speed is x minus 4 kilometer per hour. So kilometer and kilometer. Therefore, time is 10 divided by x minus 4 hours. As simple as it is, we get a mark there. Then C, the time Anya spends walking is 1 hour more than the time she spends running. Write an equation in terms of x and show that it simplifies to this. So this is called a proving questions. And normally it's easy. So the time Anya spends walking is 1 hour more than. So you go back to the time and we go back to the term. So this is called dependent questions. If you get wrong on the above, you won't get correct. So you'll end up losing the 2 marks. So 10 divided by x minus 4. 10 divided by, so we here 10 divided by x minus 4 minus, because say the time Anya spent walking is 1 hour more than. So it minus 12 divided by x should be equal to 1. That's what you do. Find, first of all, solve whatever is on the left hand first before equating them. So what do you get in that case? You say find common denominator. Here you have x minus 4 and x. Then you multiply, cross multiply. So 10 times x minus 12 into x minus 4 should be equal to 1. Then you say, so 10x minus 12x plus 48 over x minus 4, then x. Correct. Collect like terms on the numerator. 10x minus 12x, you get minus 2x plus 48 over x minus 4 times x should be equal to 1. Then we go back on the top. We say now 48 minus 2x is equal to, you can expand and get x squared minus 4x is equal to 1. Then cross multiply. If you cross multiply this one and multiply with 1 and 1 multiply by that, you have 48 minus 2x is equal to x squared minus 4x. Collect like terms. You go x squared minus 4x plus 2x, take this everything the other side, and then minus 48 is equal to 0. Then we say x squared minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x minus 48 is equal to 0. Then we go, so we go back to the question. What did they say? What should you prove? Yeah, that's it. We have proved. They say write an equation in terms of x and show that it simplifies to that is equal to 0. So this is how you prove, and your answer becomes that one. You just say now my answer is x squared minus 2x minus 48 is equal to 0. Yeah, that's how you prove. You prove your identity. Like you show them how. In other words, they want you to show how are you able to get that. So you have shown them and you get all your 4 marks. Use factorization to solve this. Now factorization, it's simple. This means still on quadratics. So we say a coefficient is 1, b is -2, and c is -48. So sum should be equal to -2 and product should be equal to -48. Find two numbers that if you add, you get -2. So obviously it's -8x and +6x. Name the middle term in terms of x. Then if you take -8 times 6, you get -48. -8 plus 6, you get -2. Therefore, we say x squared minus 8x plus 6x minus 48 is equal to 0. And then introduce bracket. Look for common factors. It's x into x minus 8, then plus 6 here into x minus 8 is equal to 0. Collect outside and outside, so it's x plus 6, this x and 6, x plus 6, and then pick one which is just the same. Just say x minus 8 is equal to 0. Then null factor. Apply the null factor method. So we say x plus 6 is equal to 0 or x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, we say x is equal to -6 or x is equal to 8. So x is equal to -6 or x is equal to 8. You get correct answer. So find the time Anya spent running. Find the time Anya spent running. So which obviously will pick the one that is positive. So pick the time that is positive. So you pick when x is 8 hours. And then we go to find the time Anya spent running. So we go back to you see, these are called dependent questions. We go back to the question on top. It says write down an expression in terms of x. The time she spent running was 12 over x. So 12 over x. So 12 divided by, so the time, so time spent running, time was 12 over x. Therefore it's 12 divided by 8. So divide by 4, you get 3 out of 2, which is 1.5 hours. And you get your answer like that. You get your answer like that. You say my answer is 1.5 hours, and you get your correct answer. Then question 19, find the value. This is called laws of indices, or we call exponents. Very easy question. Wow, this is very easy. Lots of exponents. So what do? Find the value. So here without the use of calculator, because this is non-calculator paper. As I said, when you have 27 power negative 2 over 3, what you have to do, you have to convert the base number into the smaller unit of 3 of your powers. So 27 in terms of 3, 27 is divisible 3 there, 9, 3, 3. So you have, if you write it in terms of base and powers, it will be the same as 3 power 3. Just 27, and then outside you have power 2 over 3. Then we go back to the law of indices. How do we open the powers of bracket? When you have a power m and outside n, you say keep a and then multiply the powers mn. Therefore you do the same. So 3, then multiply the powers. 3 times negative 2 over 3. Correct. Therefore you have answer base 3. Then 3 times negative 2 over 3 is the same as power negative 2. So you have 3 power negative 2, which is, so if you do this, means 3 times negative 2 is the same as 1 over 3 power 2, which is the same as 1 over 9. So our answer here is 1 over 9. Correct. We go to question number 20. This is simple. This is when you see a right angle triangle with an angle and one side missing, just know this is not Pythagoras, but it is trigonometry. And generally speaking, you have to know SOHCAHTOA. Correct. So find the exact value of x. So find the exact value of x. Name. This is opposite. This is adjacent. So we have opposite and then we have adjacent. So if you need to get adjacent, we have either have ka or to. So we are going to use to. We say tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 6, over adjacent, which is x. Then cross multiply. So we say x tan 30 is equal to 6. Then divide by tan 30, divide by tan 30. What do you get as x? So you say, scroll down. You say x is equal to 6 divided by tan 30. Now, since this one is a non-calculator paper, we need to know the formula. If you're having an equilateral triangle of side 2, 2, and then this side is, let's say it's 1, 1, then this is obviously root 3. So if you are finding tan 30, what do we remember? If this is 30, this is 30, and then this is 1. Tan 30 is the same as what? So tan 30 we need to know. When you say tan 30 degrees is the same as tan, remember this is opposite they were talking about, and then this is adjacent. So tan is opposite of adjacent. Tan 30 is the same as 1 over root 3. So if we have x there, x is equal to 6 over tan 30. It is 6 divided by 1 over root 3. So in that case, 6 times root 3 over 1, which is the same as 6 root 3. So our answer of x is the same as 6 root 3. Correct. So tan 30 is the same as 1 over root 3. So 6 divided by 1 over root 3 is the same as 6 times root 3, because you interchange the numerator becomes denominator, and the denominator becomes numerator. You get your answer as 4 marks. Question number 21, it's vectors. So here, this is a vector question. It's one of the most tested. So here we have to look the property of a rhombus. So we have a rhombus here, and we have to learn about the diagonals. So rhombus, we know the diagonal bisect each other equally. If this is 2m, this one also is 2m. If that's n, also this vector p, vector pc is also n. Now, one property of a rhombus is like, okay, despite the, okay, we know it's a rhombus is a stretched square, it's a stretched square, but also the diagonals bisect each other at the center at 90 degrees. So if you have this and this one diagonals, they bisect each other at 90 degrees. So that's 90, 90, 90. So if this is n and going this side, and this is n, then this is 2m and that's 2m. So you see here you form a 90-degree angle, and we have this. So this is vector OA. So vector OA is that. So we know to find vector OA is equal to vector OA is equal to vector OT. I call the medium as T. This center here, I'll call it as T. So it will be the same as OT, vector OT, it will be the same as vector OT plus vector PN, which is opposite of vector AP. So vector OT plus vector TA, but TA is negative. How? So vector OA is equal to vector OT, which is 2m plus negative n, because it's going in the opposite direction of the arrow. So vector TM minus n. You get that? That's the answer. So vector T, so it will be equal to vector 2m minus vector n. These are symbols to show the vector 2m minus n. And then vector OC. Vector OC will be the same as vector OT plus vector TN. So this is positive. Vector OT plus vector TC. Vector OT is 2m plus n, the same direction. So this is 2m plus n. Yeah, that's vector 2m plus vector n, and you get your mark. D is the point such that AD is 10m minus 3n. Show that OADC is a trapezium. To show that OADC is a trapezium, what we need to know from the question, we need to show that the point D is an extension of vector BA. Yeah, in that case. So we know to vector CD is equal to CB plus vector BD. But vector BD is negative of vector OC. Vector CB is 2m minus n plus vector BD, which is negative of vector OC, so plus minus 2m plus n. If you do this, you get vector 2m minus n minus 2m minus n. But the whole of AD, we say, remember vector AD is also in AD is equal to 10. It's a factor. So we say plus 2m minus n. When you do this, you end up getting 2m, vector 2m minus 2m minus n minus n. What do you get? You get negative 2n. So we end up getting negative 2n. But remember, negative 2n plus, because CD is plus, but BD also has AD, which the AD given there is 10m minus 3n. So plus 10m minus 3n. So what do you get? You get negative 2n minus 3n plus 10m. You get negative 5n plus 10m, which is, if you find a common factor here, which this is vector CD, if you open with 5, it becomes 5 into negative n plus 2m, which is the same as CD. But if you refer back to your diagram, whereby we're having negative 2m plus 2m, you find this is equivalent to vector OA. So therefore we say vector CD is the same as 5 vector OA. So therefore, OACD is a trapezium. That's how you prove. This is how you prove. Therefore, AOCD is a trapezium since CD is 5 vector OA. Perfect. A curve has the equation y is equal to x power n plus qx plus 9x. Find the value of n and the value of q. In this chapter, we're talking about differentiation. A curve has equation. So this is a equation of a curve. And then this is unit of differentiation, a branch of calculus. So you have this x power n plus q x squared plus 9x. So after difference, so you say the derivative is 3x squared minus 12x. So if you equate this one with 3x, so this is our y. So we can differentiate. If you differentiate that, is a bit different. So they say find the value of n and the value of q. If you need to differentiate that, dy over dx of our curve. Remember, to differentiate a curve is if you're having y is equal to ax power n. The rule of dy, the rate of change is n x n minus 1 as you go on. So in that case, dy dx will be, it will be nx n minus 1 plus 2qx, then 2 minus 1, then plus 9 times 1, then x1 minus 1. Correct. So if you do this, it will be nx n minus 1, then plus 2qx power 1 plus 9x power 0. So here you get nx n minus 1 plus 2qx plus 9 times 1 is 9. So therefore, our equation will be nx n power 1 plus 2qx plus 9 is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. So 9 and 9, they're same. So we have nx n minus 1, which is equal to 3x power 2. So n here, the n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3. And then x and x, they're the same. So we equate the powers. So n minus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, n is equal to still to 3, the same. So n is equal to 3. Then 2qx is equal to negative 12x. So x and x done. So you have 2q is equal to negative 12. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Q is negative 6. At the turning point, so when we have a question 3x squared minus 12x plus 9, so say work out the coordinate of the turning point of the curve. So we know our dy dx is equal to, scroll up, is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. Minus 12x plus 9. So we know at dy dx, the rate of change is equal to 0. So equate it to 0. 3x minus 12x, 3x squared minus 12x plus 9 is equal to 0. Then factorize to find the values of x. So you can divide both sides by 3 and get x squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. So a is 1. You divide both sides by 3 by 3 by 3. A is 1, B is negative 4, and C is 3. The sum is negative 4. Product is 3. Numbers that if you add, you get negative 4. If you multiply, you get 3. So 3 and 1. So you say this is 3x and negative 3x and negative x. So x squared minus 3x minus x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then introduce bracket. So x into x minus 3 minus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x minus 1, x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is 1, or x is equal to 3. So we have x1 or x is equal to 3. Now apply this into the curve. So if you apply this into the curve, because now we have 1 and 3, what will you get? What will we get when x is 1? We'll go back to the main function. So if this was the the derivative, so I believe that the main function y was a different one. The main function y was x power 3. The main function was x power 3. So this needs you to know the laws of the laws of differentiation. So the main function was x. You integrate. You can integrate your function. So it will be x power 3 divided by 3 minus 12. So minus 12x. So I believe 12x power, maybe power 2 divided by 2 plus 9x plus c. Correct. And then if you do this, you get x cubed minus 6x squared. So when you put this into the function, you'll be able to get the value of y. So if you put there 1 cubed minus 6 into 1 squared plus 9 into 1, what will we get? Here you say 1 minus 6 plus 9. You end up getting 1 minus 6 plus 9. So 1 minus 6, what is 1 minus 6? 1 minus 6 is 5. 1 minus 6 is minus 5 plus 9. So minus 5 plus 9 is 4. So you get 4. So this comes from knowing the integration. You integrate by integrating. This comes by integrating the differentiation curve. Then we go back to the question. So we get 4. And then apply this on the same equation, apply 3 on x. So when x is 3, what do you get? Go to the question. You say, so get 3 cubed minus 6 into 3 squared plus 9 into 3. So 327 minus 54 plus 27, it's 0, because 27 plus 27 is 54. 54, you get 0. So this is what you get 4 marks correctly. Wow, that's fine. The next question, the last question of this unit, the very last question of this unit. This is very simple. You say 2x squared plus 10x, factorize both numerator and denominator. And remember, this comes from, again, quadratics, understanding the laws of quadratics. Difference of two squares here at the bottom. So it's with numerator part, the top part, look for common factors. 2x squared plus 10x. What are common divisors or common factors? Is 2x. So 2x into x plus 5. You get 2x into bracket x plus 5, 2x squared plus 10x. And then at the denominator, you have x plus 5, you have x minus 5. cancel. You get 2x divided by x minus 5. 2x divided by x minus 5. You get that, and this marks the end of the paper. This paper was very easy. Igcse 2025 May-June variant 1 was the easiest paper ever. See you at the top champion. Bye bye.